Hey, beautiful people, you know what time it is. It is a chat with Rashina. And I just want to encourage you to say yes anyway. Say yes anyway. Surrender to God anyway. I was on my phone the other day and I typed in a note and I said, I didn't think my yes would lead me here. A lot of times when we step out in God, when we leap out in faith, when we take quantum leaps, a lot of times we think that we're going to go from our situation to the palace, or we're going to go from our situation to the promised land. We think it's going to be a smooth, linear jump. And that's not how God works, because there's so many lessons. There's so much dying of self. There's so much maturity. There's a level of trust that God is trying to get us to. There's a level of faith that he's trying to get us to. He's trying to take us from glory to glory to glory. And a lot of times that comes with the crushing of us. So just think about the children of Israel, 11-year journey. And we know that there was murmuring and complaining, and that's what kept them in the wilderness for so long. But the Bible also says it was a time of sanctification. It was a time of purification that they went through so that they can get to the promised land. And they weren't taking residue from Egypt with them. So I just want to encourage you that your yes will lead you to opportunities where you might get discouraged, you might be discontent, you might be in situations of lack and of loss. All those things may happen, but that does not mean that you are out of the will of God. As somebody that is walking through and coming out on the other side of some things, I told God at the beginning of this year that my hands were wide open. And we say things in prayer and we mean those things, but we never know what that really means. We never know what a yes really means to God. So as I'm going through this year with my hands wide open, God is showing me every day what that means, and it hurts, but it's worth it. It's painful, but it's beautifully painful, because I'm realizing in him how strong I am, how resilient I am, the grit and tenacity that I have in him, the level of faith that has increased in me, the level of belief in God that has increased in me. Yes, I've had some Job moments where I'm like, God, no, wait a minute, now hold up, you're taking a little too much. Or there's been this time season that I've been sitting in, but yet and still God has remained faithful. He's been steadfast. He's been unmovable in all of my ways. Like, he has not changed positions. There's been times doing this going through that I've changed positions, that I've got discouraged, that I forgot because of what I'm looking at. I forgot how good God is, but I thank God for the ability to refocus. I thank God for the ability to reset and just get back in line and what God has promised me and what God has spoken, and reminding me who I am in him. So listen, I need you to say yes anyway. Say yes when you don't understand it. Say yes when it hurts, because here's the thing. He's a good father. He's not going to leave us out there. He's not going to throw us out there to the wolves. That's not his nature. But there are some things that we have to go through. When we say, the Bible is clear that they that live godly shall suffer persecution. It also says, arm yourself likewise to suffer in the flesh as Christ did. Listen, if I want to reign with him, I'm going to suffer with him. We forget about these scriptures when we're on the mountaintop. We forget about these very real scriptures that help ground us in becoming more like Christ. It didn't catch him by surprise. It did not catch him by surprise. So I encourage you. I'm a living testimony. Try God, trust him, and surrender again.